They say every soul is born with its other half split apart, scattered into the world, destined to find each other. But not every meeting is meant to last. Sometimes two souls meant for each other are only allowed to cross paths, not to possess but to remember. They arrive like a breeze in the late afternoon, quiet, unexpected. You never called for them, but the universe aligned your steps, perfectly, painfully, beautifully. In their eyes you saw something familiar, in their voice a warmth you didn't know you'd missed. It all felt too known, too natural, like a story repeating itself from another life. You spoke, you laughed, you shared pieces of yourselves, and for a fleeting moment it felt like home, like you finally found the missing piece. But deep down both of you knew this was not forever. They weren't sent to stay. They were a mirror, a lesson, a brief spark that lit up the dark corners of your soul, only to remind you that love can exist without ending in always. And when it's time to go, they leave, quietly, without breaking anything, except your silence, leaving behind memories you'll never quite escape. A connection you can't explain, a name you won't forget. But don't mourn, because not all soulmates are meant to stay. Some are only meant to cross, touch your life, change your direction and walk away, leaving you better, stronger, softer. A soulmate crossing is a love without ownership, a connection without conclusion. Two souls meeting where time briefly paused, before life carried them back to their separate journeys. And sometimes that's enough. Have you ever met someone who didn't come to save you, but simply to prove that your heart was still capable of feeling? That was them. They didn't arrive when you were looking, nor when you were broken. They came when you were learning to be okay, when silence no longer scared you, when solitude felt like peace instead of punishment. That's how the universe works. When you've grown strong enough, it sends someone to test that strength, not with pain, but with beauty, with gentle laughter, with small acts of kindness that make you forget you were once shattered. They weren't your first love, maybe not your last, but somehow they felt the most real, the most quiet, the most you understood each other without speaking much, like two rivers meeting at the edge of the world, flowing side by side, yet destined for different seas. Not because the love wasn't real, but because it was too real, too sacred to be tainted by reality, too deep for a world that doesn't understand love without conditions. You were two stars burning in the same sky, but on different orbits, crossing once, holding briefly, letting go not because you wanted to, but because you had to. That is soulmate crossing, a connection gifted by time but forbidden by fate, a love that cannot be pursued yet refuses to fade. They will stay in your heart, not as regret, but as proof that love can exist outside of forever, that something brief can still be beautiful, that some people don't need to stay in your life to stay with you. And maybe, if you meet again someday in another life or just in a dream, smile, because you'll know, among all the steps you've taken, one set of footprints never faded. Theirs, the soul who crossed paths with yours and changed you forever.